Look at my baby pecan tree. Hi y'all, it's Kimberly here. Thank you for coming to my channel. Finally got a new mic, so hopefully y'all can hear me. It's freaking hot here, and I have the window rolled down. It's probably gonna be some road noise, but hopefully you can hear me with this new mic. It's been so stinking hot this last week. It was like 94, 90, I don't know, 94, 95, half this, almost all this weekend. Today I think it was like 90, about 94, maybe 90, 95, I don't know. Just feel like I'm melting. But yeah, I'll start my new job. Today is Wednesday. I started tomorrow night, actually, like after midnight, technically on Friday. Golly, I didn't know it was I took a week off in between my old job and now. It just really went by fast. But when I quit, actually I forgot to, or I fell asleep. I called in, I had a migraine, and then the next day I didn't feel well, and I called in for 2 days in a row. And then the third day, I just called in and I said, I'm not coming in. And I really could have went in, but I still didn't feel very good, but I was just disgusted anyway. I don't care. And I just made a decision that I wasn't going to go back, and because I'm fixing to start this job. And when I finally called the office, I tried to call the office over the weekend, but they weren't there. And then I called on Monday to tell them what happened, and they told me that they were going to lower my pay to $7.25 an hour because I did not give a notice. Anyway, and that's from a temp agency. It's in the contract, I think. I mean, I kind of maybe slightly remember that. I don't know, but I was like, I didn't want to argue. I was tired. Done with it. And well, I went to the store today, this little convenience store, to get a Coke, and I was coming out of the door, already paid for my Coke and everything else, walked out the door, and right in front of most businesses, they have the handicap parking, and then they have the regular spaces. And this is a tiny little store. It's got like 3 spaces in front, plus the handicap right when you walk out the door. And this guy in a truck was parked next to the handicap space. When I walked out, he called over to me. I walked out the door, and I went right in front of his truck to pass by, because I was parked in like the 3rd space, the very last space, down the walkway from the edge of the building. And he hollered out to me, hey, come here. Just kind of gave him a side-eye look, and I just kept walking. And I was in front of his truck by that time, and he reached his head out around from the driver's window, and stuck his head out and say, hey, come here. Like, yelled at me like I was this damn dog, DAWG, like, come here. And I mean, that usually I can let things like slide off my back, and usually I don't say anything. I mean, but I told him, I used some language that I'm not going to use on here. And I told him, like, specifically, don't talk to me that way, don't yell at me, and I can't say it the way I said it because it was not very nice. And I usually only say stuff like that when it's an incident like that. And I felt really like he just had this idea that I had to come over to him just because he called out to me. Like I had a responsibility to him. And this is a total stranger. And this has happened to me before. And he was like really shocked, and he looked a little mad, that I was telling him off, and that I wouldn't come over He wanted me to like come around to his side door, and I didn't know this guy at all. Did not know him at all. I don't know a whole lot of people here. I don't go out a lot here, and I kind of stick to myself. I have a few friends here, and that's it. And I know just very few people, and I just like it that way. And he said something to me um, like I didn't have to be so rude or something like that. And I didn't. I just got in my truck and left. And it was just the idea that, I have to, that he can yell at me like that if I don't do what he wants. And first off, I don't approach people, like go over to their driver or their door, either side, it doesn't matter where it is. I'm not going to walk from my space into a space that I don't think is safe. And just that he didn't have the mentality to think, that's not a safe thing for a woman to do. And he's a total stranger. And the fact that he would get like upset or mad because I wouldn't do what he told me to do, just, I mean, incidents like that just blow my mind. And anyway, I remember his truck now. And unbelievable. I don't know. And it's such a small town. I think I've seen his truck before. I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna say something about this comic that I watch, or I've seen his YouTube videos, and I've been kind of watching him for the past few years. He's hilarious. He's like my favorite comic of all, I think. His name is Mark Normand. Normand with a D on the end, like Norman with a D. And I think he's hilarious. He's just, he's not super famous, but he's got some fame, and he actually opened for Amy Schumer on her, the big tour that she did, and I don't know how many she's done, but, she saw him in a club, and she only saw him for like a few minutes, and then she asked him to open for her. And he did that, and then he's got a YouTube channel. He does podcasts, and he has done a few, I think, small specials or small comedy shows. But he hasn't had like a big HBO show or anything, specifically for him. And I think kind of some of it might be he's a little bit, I don't want to say vulgar, but, well, probably maybe a tad not PC, but he does it in a way that, I don't know, if you're easily offended, then maybe he's not the comic for you. But if you got a thick enough skin and you can laugh at some things, the way he does, I don't know, just the way he projects it and the way he says it is, it's just funny to me. I don't know. And Jerry Seinfeld even complimented him, saying he's one of the best new up-and-coming comics. And I kind of think, because he touches on subjects like racism, religion, and, controversial subjects, he does. But he does it in a way that, I don't know, you just have to listen to it. And he's got some funny stories. He's got some stories on YouTube. And he has this story about the professor, which is, it's actually pretty vulgar. If you don't want to be offended, don't listen to it. I think it's hilarious. And I just hope that he gets a special or something. I hope this climate of cancel culture and stuff like that doesn't cancel him out. I hope he gets a lot more success, and I hope he does maybe an HBO show or something like that. If you want to check him out, look up his YouTube. Just Google his name or his YouTube channel. Look him up on YouTube or whatever, and just watch a few of his clips. And I think he's pretty funny. And he was here in Texas earlier this year, and I think maybe last year too. Well, I don't know, maybe not in the pandemic. I can't remember. I think I think it was just maybe this year. I don't know. And I saw some of the clips of the shows that he did, and he has a little bit of new material. He does, the comics, they do their material for like, I don't know, 6 months or a year or whatever, and then they get new material. And I don't know, he's just one of the funniest comics. I like to watch the comics. I go through YouTube and I watch all the clips and see a bunch of the funny ones that I like. And he's just one that I really like. So if y'all want to, like I say, it depends on the type of humor you like. I wouldn't say dark, but he does touch on he has a way of touching on these controversial subjects. And I don't know, you have to listen to him, to decide, if that's something you can stomach. Or because a lot of the comics nowadays, they're not going to universities, they're not doing the college shows because of the culture of political correctness, bringing up certain controversial subjects that they can't make certain jokes about. And I do understand, there is some sensitivity to some subjects, but in some ways you do have to laugh at some things. You do have to see some kind of idiocracy in some of the to when it gets to a point where it's beyond protecting the seriousness of the subject. When it's beyond that, when things go too far beyond that, then I think it really kind of messes with the comics. They really can't find the humor in some stuff, or some people will be offended by it. Okay, well, just check him out if you like comics and you like to laugh. Okay, thank you all. Thank you for coming to my channel.